Mortis Radzone. Now we are finally getting some decent army points. By all accounts, my own guides and rational strategy, I should start putting points towards Scions of Sanguinus. But giant battle axes on golden angels. Cool always wins over optimal. If it didn't, 80% of all units in the 40k universe and their history would become obsolete. I used the requisition point to recruit a Terminator because why not? I don't deploy them for this mission though. The Terminators lack mobility and are only slightly more tanky than the aggressors with Flamestorm gauntlets while costing more. I can afford to lose an aggressor or two because I have a couple in reserve, but this is my first Terminator squad. Also, the 50% damage boost to everything because of the radiation areas makes them too high value of a target to risk losing to a random exocrine shot. I do grab a speeder though. The Nids deploy a bajillion gargoyles on this mission, and a speeder is a good way to keep track of them. Final army, 2 golden boys with axes, 2 aggressors, a land speeder, and 2 assault marines. Light, nimble, but very violent. Onto the butchering. The main thing to remember about positioning here is to place Quindar and Corgi on the top leftmost corner of the deployment area. That is because you can pop quickening on Quindar on the first turn and charge him straight into this piece of shit hiding in this here corner. This guy got me good the first time I ever played this mission, and I have hated him ever since. Corgi follows like a good little puppy and moves the rest of the army behind them. I'll be taking the southwestern route to the objective. This helps prevent your army from getting surrounded. Remember, the strength of the melee force lies in its ability to outmaneuver and isolate pockets of enemies. You accomplish this by focusing your entire force to one particular flank. You can't really flank an enemy if you get counterflanked the next turn. The Nid's turn is uneventful. A bunch of Venanthropes dive headlong into my Overwatch fire. And thanks to Quindar blocking the exocrine, a shot misses everyone. I send the aggressors in to assist while I prepare to fillet the Venanthropes. I forgot about the 50% extra damage debuff and might have overcommitted my forces a tiny bit. No matter, onwards and upwards.
Unleash devastation, brothers! Sanguinius, watch over us. Roger that. What needs fixing? Aye, we'll have you back up in no time.
Lining up anti-swarm firing solution.
They challenge us from afar. Ah!
If the aggressors were the wall before, they are now a wall of righteous fire and anger. God, I love Flamestorm gauntlets. The rest of the army keeps moving southward while using Overwatch to keep the chasing Nids in check. Even though Quindar is basically full health, I still heal him for the sake of generating momentum on Corgi. Hey! That's not fair! My Flamestorm gauntlets don't reach that far. Cheater!
Under fire!
Picked up movement on the Auspex.
Before I start blasting, I move my land speeder up a little to scout the size of the Nid's forces. I find an isolated thornback, so I poke it with the speeder before running away cackling. A little burn baby burn, followed by another excessive display of force.
The sky belongs to us! To the sky, brothers! Assault Marines ready!
On Baal 4 I was born, and should the Emperor will it, Baal 4
Crush them! With certainty.
Seriously, I keep underestimating the damage bonus of the irradiation debuff. For those of you that don't know about this mission, Greenland makes you green. When you green, you go boom boom. Oh, and it applies poison as well. They really did let a psychopath design these missions.
Always vigilant! My fury quickens.
The damn Thornback keeps harassing me from the other side of the ravine. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it because I have a melee-based army and my jump packs are on cooldown.
Receiving fire! We are the Bloodblades of Skyfall. We are the Lords of the Assault Doctrine. There will be poetry to their deaths. Ready to strike!
I slip up and accidentally shoot the Venanthropes blocking Quindar. This delays my advance and causes a traffic jam at the narrow opening into the main area.
Grace through discipline. Tech Marine, standing by. I sense a future adversary.
The tyrant seems to have stopped chasing my rear forces, so I take this chance to position them closer to the ravine, give them righteous exhortation, and then send them in to crush that annoying Thornback.
There will be poetry to their deaths. Unleash devastation, brothers!
Got it.
My power is yours to command.
Quindar crushes the blockade and my forces have secured the route to the objective. Now the difficult part of taking this route. The entire path to the objective is very open and has very little cover. And there is also an exocrine with a massive biocannon aiming down the entire way. The whole area is irradiated, meaning every infantry unit in my army will be taking 50% bonus range and melee damage. So, once in range of the exocrine, I will have to move fast. I kill a few stragglers in front of me, jump my troops over the ravine, and position Quindar as far ahead of the main force as I can. I do this in hope to aggro the exocrine onto him, thereby revealing its location to me. Nothing this turn. I again move my units forward carefully, making sure not to engage in melee combat if possible. The Radzone debuff and the company captain difficulty modifiers mean even the aggressors can't tank the AoE shot of the exocrine. There it is! I use the aggressors in Carleon to clear a path for Quindar and get some line of sight on it.
Victory for the Bloodblades! Victory for Skyfall!
Then I use Quickening to rush Quindar over and lock down the exocrine. This is the most challenging part of this mission, and if you can get past this, the rest of the mission is a breeze. With the exocrine occupied, I march my forces forward, but position them outside the charge range of the encroaching Venanthropes to the west. Oh man, I didn't expect the Hormigons to reach the Sanguinary Guard. Nor did I expect them to live. I guess when the Gons have to move that far, they can't use their leap attacks. Good to know. The Golden Boys are in pretty bad shape, though. And as tough as Quindar is, he will not survive the force that is about to surround him. I kill the Venanthropes, locking him down, and pull him back.
Tech Marine, standing by. Confirmed. Hey. By the blood! Sanguinary Guard at your disposal.
I also free and pull back the wounded Golden Boys and land them right next to Aetoro for a juicy heal.
Ready to strike!
Land speeder crew awaiting orders.
With certainty. Unleash devastation, brothers!
After wiping out the forward group of Venanthropes, I position my troops in a manner to bait the next Venanthrope into using its AoE attack. Alright, it's time to scourge and purge. Bonus points for anyone who can tell me whose battlecry that is.
Fire! Taking fire! Past, future, there is only service to the Emperor.
I sliced through the Nids like a hot knife through butter. A single squad of aggressors hold off the Hormagaunts coming from the west, and everyone else marches on towards the objective.
The blood is strong! Do not... Roger that! Fall upon my blade! We are the blood blades of Skyfall. The sky belongs to us! Sanguinary Guard at your disposal. Unleash devastation, brothers! Always ready, always vigilant!
I use the land speeder to scout ahead a little bit before the final push. Seems like what is left is not really a threat anymore, so I divide my army up to kill off the many remnants that are skittering all around me.
Grace through discipline. On my way. Bring me your broken and your outworn, and I will repair them anew. For Sanguinius!
Sanguinius watches over us.
Sanguinary Guard at your disposal. Ready to strike! Our blood ignites!
I just realized, I never got a good enough reason to burn my aggressor's momentum. Oh well. God, how many more Nids are there? I've left behind a sea of dead bodies already. The Nids simply refuse to give up. I need to capture the objective soon or risk getting my army slowly grinded to oblivion. The new Thornback seems to be the only threat so far. I don't want to get too close without being the one to initiate close combat. Otherwise, the Thornback tends to use their charge attack, which, in tandem with the irradiated debuff, will certainly drop a few models. I grab the gene seed with Aetoro and end turn.
Odysseus' gene seed has been recovered. No sign of his relic near the body. A shame. I wish to see the weapon that Brother Corbulo argued so vigorously over.
They wish to.
Damn, it still reached the sanguinary guard and dealt me the hardest blow I have received all game. Of course, another bajillion gargoyles show up. I swiftly eliminate the Thornback and go on what seems like the longest mop-up operation I have ever experienced in this game. There's more?
Unleash devastation, brothers!
Damn pests everywhere! Not even their flyers will outrun us.
Die already! What? Where's this last asshole? I'm definitely overkilling this prick.
Watch over us! To the sky, brothers!
No amount of carapace will save this abomination.
All Xenos life forms
Also,
have been
I want to
eliminated.
point your attention to the aggressor's kill count. As I like to say, Flame Storm Golem!